Printing, packing, faxing. The UPS Store can do any-ing and every-ing for small business. And of course, shipping.
Wow, that's really some ing.
The UPS Store. The UPS Store franchise locations are independently owned and operated. Services, pricing, and hours may vary. See Center for details.
This is a CBC podcast.
Maybe you're thinking more about traveling and what you'll do spring and summer-wise. The Atlantic bubble means at least a few more travel possibilities. Many of us have learned to embrace the staycation during the last year. Yes, we have had to do that. And Natalie Frederick-Wilson decided to take us all along as she and her family explored Nova Scotia. She started a travel blog called Nova Scotia's Wandering Wilsons. Good morning, Natalie.
Good morning, Portia.
Well, why did you start this travel blog? What made you jump into that whole world?
So 3 things. 1, we didn't really know anything about Nova Scotia. We had have a little Nova Scotian in our family, our youngest daughter. My husband is from Quebec. My eldest daughter is a New Yorker, and I had lived in New York City for about 20 years, but I'm originally from Barbados. And we had called Nova Scotia home, but didn't really know anything about Nova Scotia. I come from an adventurous family, and we decided we need to learn more about this province, and that's how we got started.
And how far do you generally wander?
Really, it depends on the weather. We have had days where we go half an hour away to a beach or to a park, and sometimes we have a week-long wandering session where we're out in Barrington and we're visiting all the areas and the islands around there. Or sometimes we take a 12-hour Sunday trip and do the Lighthouse route all the way from Annapolis Valley right down to Yarmouth to the Cape Fortune Lighthouse. So depends on the time that we have available.
And how do the kids like the wandering? Sometimes it can be challenging getting them to buy into leaving home and maybe leaving friends to hit the road, but maybe not in your case?
No, absolutely not. Actually, because I'm from New York City, my husband is from Quebec, we often have to take that 20-hour journey to New York City. And so over the years, to make it fun, we'll stop in New Brunswick, we'll stop in Maine, we'll stop in Nova Scotia so that we break the trip up. And so we have the habit of stopping at forts along the way, or stopping at the Butterfly Museum, or stopping at a stopped area that has some historic views. And so they've grown accustomed, and they actually help determine the places that we're going to go.
Oh, yeah?
And we also made it a yearly thing at the beginning of the year to make a list of places that we want to go. And so they help shape that, and they get excited when we're out.
A kind of wish list. What's on your wish?
Exactly.
What's on the list for this year?
So for this year, they really want to go back to an area of Barrington where we went to an island, Cape Island. We went there last year, and we saw this beautiful lighthouse. It's a little island off of the Barrington area. They really appreciated that whole experience. We were the only 4 people on the island. They'd like to go again when it's more sunny and not as foggy. We also have plans of doing more lighthouses, and we want to finish up the Nova Scotia museums. They love museums. So we have a few of those on our list, the Halliburton House, etc. Those are the types of places that we're thinking about this year.
And is this expensive? I mean, how do you cut down on some of the expenses of traveling, even just around our province, Natalie?
So as we shaped our blog, we determined that we wanted to show people that it's not really that expensive to enjoy Nova Scotia. We didn't want it to be about a luxury trip. And so we typically pack our picnic basket with whatever we have at home and show people that you don't need to stop at a restaurant every single time. The most expense I think that we have is gas, but because we're working from home and our kids are homeschooled right now, we don't have that expense. So for us, it's like a trip out. Also, we take advantage of the Nova Scotia Museum membership, where you buy that membership and then you can visit as many museums as you like. In addition, we go to places that are kind of Nova Scotia places to go. Like, there's no cost to go to Peggy's Cove. There's no cost to see Cape Fortune Lighthouse. There's, a $7 ferry trip if you want to go see Tancook Island. And it's the whole discovery and the wonder of getting someplace in Nova Scotia where we've never been, picking blueberries or strawberries. There's really not a price tag to that. And so that's our way of getting around and showing families that this is very accessible to you.
Have people started recognizing the Wandering Wilsons as they're out and about?
We got lost down in Digby, looking for Birchdale Camp. And we finally found it, and then we left and went to a fish place. That's Digby's 3 hours from where I live. And while we were waiting for fish and chips, someone comes over and says, "Are you the Wandering Wilsons?" I was like, "What?" "Yeah, we are. How did you know?" He's like, "We follow you." It's really exciting because we're meeting friends along the way, and people are so intrigued by us for some reason. Maybe it's because we have that friendly demeanor. We're not selling anything. And so people will message us, "When you're in Clare, come see us. When you're by Blomidon, come see us. We'll take you out for a boat ride." And so we've even had people who said, "Oh, we hear you're going to Blomidon tomorrow. Before you get there, I live 1 mile from Blomidon. Stop at my place." We get there. This woman has fresh picked strawberries that she went out and picked that morning for us, strawberry jams, and takes us around her community and just has befriended us and continues to do that. And so we are recognized a little bit more now, but mostly it's just people excited to share their community and welcome us to their community if they know that we're heading that way. So it's really a terrific feeling to know that we're connected with Nova Scotians.
Yeah, getting to know Nova Scotia and Scotians in a whole new way. Just
whole
finally,
new way.
Yeah, what's a short trip that you'd recommend for people?
One of the short trips that I would recommend for people would be to the Blomidon area. I find there's so many things there that you can do. In that Annapolis Valley, there's Grand Pré. We just recently learned about the Evangeline Beach. You can hit 5-10 spots. You can go to Sheffield Mills and watch the eagles being fed, and then head over to Baxter's Hall waterfall and leave there, and 10 minutes down the road go to Hall Harbor and then leave there and then head over to Blomidon. And you can do that within 2-3 hours, just little half an hour, 45-minute stops, and then have a great time and be back home in time for dinner.
Natalie, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Happy wandering, and enjoy your next trip. We'll see you around the province.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much, Portia. And if you see us, please wave and say hello.
Will do. Bye for now, Natalie.
Bye.
That is Natalie Frederick Wilson, writes a travel blog called Nova Scotia's Wandering Wilsons, who you can follow on Instagram at Nova Scotia Wandering Wilson. And who wouldn't want to be greeted with fresh strawberries on a visit around the province?
Very nice.
Delightful.
Very maritime.
For more CBC podcasts, go to cbc.ca/podcasts.